Okay, so I guess no question, then we are good to start. So first I'll quickly go through the course content, and then we'll have a quick high level look in the system. Let me share my screen. Okay, I started my screen sharing. The object of the entire trainings is to understand the delta topics. What are the changes which has been done in SD S4 as compared to the ECC? The training system which we have is the latest one, 2020, which is available in the market. So our intention in this training is to focus on the topics which are changed, which are new, and which has been absolute. For example, we have here ECC, and then we have here S4. ECC, it can be any version. S4, we will say 2020 is our version. And here there are three things which comes. Okay, one is a new topic which has been introduced, which is not available in the ECC. Second, the topic is available in ECC as well as in S4, but it has been changed. Some topic are removed or say absolute. So these are the three areas which will be focusing. So and all the topics will be divided into these three categories. We'll be discussing how implementation and how in migration as a SD consultant, what activities we have to do, what precautions we have to take, okay, and how we have to prepare for those two kind of scenarios. Okay, these are the two which you are going to get. So when we say implementation, it's a greenfield implementation. It may be your current customer has scrapped, he is using ECC. There are different kind of scenarios which will come into the picture, but we try to categorize it only into two, that is implementation and migration. Migration using ECC, latest ECC say EHP 6, EC6 and EHP 8 and above, then you can easily migrate. So we will see that what are the preconditions to migrations, etc. But migration is nothing but we are moving from ECC to S4HANA. We are not doing any fresh implementation there. It's a database migration. On top of that, all the delta configuration and program changes has to be done. Okay, someone is unmute. I'm getting a background noise. Okay, everyone please go on mute. If you have a question, just unmute and ask the questions. Regarding the course content, basic intro, a few topics will be theoretical, few topics will be practicals. Wherever practical is applicable, I'll be showing you in the system. Plus we are going to focus on the FIORI. So FIORI, there are a few things, okay, which we are going to see on the FIORI side as well, and that is very important. So when we are going to go for S4, then we have to slowly get rid of the GUI for the end users and focus more and more on the FIORI side. We will be discussing that also. Introduction to HANA, a quick intro. What is a row? What is a columnar storage? What is a CDS? What is CDS views? Okay, how it has been replaced with your conventional codings. So that's a high level overview, which will be having different ways of deployments. What are the different the roadmap and deployment option which are available. Quick convergence landscape or system conversion landscape, okay, and new implementations, what are those also. Here those are all theory. Now here we start our practicals. FIORI, very important. So we are going to see how the roles are created, how you can create custom apps without coding, how custom transactions which you are going to generate in your projects, how to create apps for them, that also we are going to see. And wait a minute. And in the FIORI, we will be going to see how to use FIORI library, how to find out the roles, and how to create your own roles, because we cannot use standard roles. So how to merge them. Okay, so there is a group concept, catalog concept, and what are the different apps, how you can use those apps, how you can suggest which app is useful for the business as compared to your conventional transactions. Very nice, different kinds of apps are available. There are different kinds of transactional apps, fact sheets, and KPIs. That will go deep dive when we go to the FIORI topics. But the FIORI part is critical, and we are going to spend some quality time on that because for most of some people or most people this will be new. It's not like the way we have old FIORI where we integrate with ECC. That is almost scrap, and we have inbuilt the FIORI is now inbuilt with the S4. So you don't have to do any additional major configurations. Okay, and whatever is available out of box, we have to use it effectively, and whatever is available is more than sufficient. In SD itself, if I'm not wrong, we have 300 or 350 apps in SD itself. Same way in MM also we have. So more than 398 or 400 apps are available in MM also. So those are more than sufficient apps available which can be used standard. So that's the FIORI part which we'll be focusing. Uh, Next, what are the different changes in the master data? What are the changes in the material master, material type, MRP related, and then BP relationship concepts, how you can use it, uh, how the customer master is going to be handled, what are the configurations you have to do, what are the precautions you have to do during the BP configuration. So what is the new thing in the BP? How the field attributes are controlled in the BP as compared to the customer masters. So all those BP related configurations we have to do. Any changes in the material masters related CMRs and material types, MRP related, that also will be going to touch base with those also, those changes, because those are directly or indirectly which are going to impact, and it's a good to have it, good to know about that. It may not be useful as much, but as a SD consultant, we should be aware of it. Those are the master data changes. So when we say configuration, I'm going to show entire configuration. Say example BP. In ECC, we have customer. In S4, we have BP plus customer. Customer is not absolute. It's still there. All orders, quotation, all our sales documents still use customer and not the BP number. So how to do the configuration of the BP? What are the precautions we have to take? How in the real time, okay, how many different combinations? There is a concept of relationship, there is a concept of categories, okay, how it is used. So that also we are going to see there, and how it is going to anyway, credit management is a different topic, so we will be using there also, but different concept of the roles come into the picture. What are the configurations we have to do for that, etc., will be going to do in detail. uh, then simplified data models. So what are the changes in the data models in the sales, delivery, billing? So there are some tables which have been removed. So what are those tables removed? What are the transactions which has been removed? So all those we will be discussing. How this is going to impact your implementation, how it is going to impact your migration. That also we'll be discussing. Then comes to the pricing. Again, it's very important topic. In the pricing, what are the changes? Okay, although there are minor changes and only one major changes, but still it is going to impact the migration projects. So what are the changes in the pricing? There are some things are being removed, some things has been added. So that part also we are going to see. Minor deprecations. So what are the programs, what are the function model which are absolute, which is not recommended? So that list we have it, and we go through that also. Innovation in the MRP. What is the MRP live? We will see, we will run the MRP, we will compare the old MRP with the new MRP. We will see the difference, how advantageous is the new MRP. The new MRP we call is as a MRP live, whereas the old MRP is called as a classical. So the difference between those two. So we will be going to see that also. And then comes to our credit management. This is most important topic again for us, because a lot of things has been changed in the credit management, and those configurations we have to do. We have to run the scenario for the credit management as well. Next thing which is new in as compared to the ECC is the BRF plus. This is output management, how to configure it. So from start to the end, we'll do the entire configuration, maintain the master data, and then run the scenario and see how the result comes. So that's another one. So it's output management is one topic. What are the changes in the ATP? Here we are just going to see ATP. It's not a ATP. Okay, ATP is a separate course content and it's a separate one. ATP changes only what minor changes we have. We will see it and how it is going to impact your MRP and sales process, that we will see. RAR is just a thorough. RAR is again a separate submodule under the finance side. Here we just see at a high level, okay, little theory part, not more than that. Now comes the big topic. Is again one of the important topic is settlement management, or we also call it as a condition contract management. This topic is also very important. It's not new topic, okay. Basically in ECC also this topic is there, but not many customers has been using it, but I saw some customers in the past where they use this one. It's a complete replacement of your existing rebate process, and the rebate process is no longer supported in S4HANA. New rebate is not supported. Old rebates are there, you are allowed to close them, but you are not allowed to do any new rebate creation or new extension for the existing rebates are not allowed. So what is the condition contract management? What is the configurations? And we will run one scenario end to end. Simplification in the valuation, material valuation process. I will touch base with the material ledger, and also I'll touch base with the inventory management changes, which we should be aware of it. Although that comes under finance and side, but we will cover that also. Valuation and inventory management, how it is. Again, next one is it's a theory part, GTS. Then migration, minor changes in the batch management we will see. Data upload tools, LTMC, but LTMC is absolute. So we have a FIORI app. Instead of using LTMC T code, there is a FIORI app for data uploads in S4 and going forward. So that also we will be going to see it. Run the scenarios, whatever above discussed. Wherever you feel we can run the scenarios as well. Suppose some scenarios you just want to have a look, that's okay, we can run those. These are a few additional topics I have maintained it. Some we will be covering as a theory, some we will be covering as a practicals. Okay, again, workflows for customer returns we can set up. There is a billing, we have flexible number ranges which you can do the codings. Even there are workflows. So one workflow I can show you that same process is applicable for the preliminary billings, also for the customer returns as well. And again, some default screen for the sales documents, and how to see the there is a duplicate sales document also will be there is app actually, so you can see that also. So these are some theory topics are there, and some practicals wherever possible I will be showing you. Wherever theory is there, only theory will be covered. Wherever possible practicals to run, we'll show the practical in the system, and wherever required end-to-end scenarios has to be done, configuration master and end-to-end, we will be doing that also. So this is just a high level list of the topics which we will be covering in the trainings. Okay,
Hi, Kishore.
so
Kishore, I'm
yes,
having one question. So,
yeah.
can you means this is the sheet which you are going to cover, correct? Some of the theory and some of the practical. Is it possible for you to tell us means which are in practical in C column? Can you put the any remarks? This is the practical or this is the theoretical, so that we can check, okay, this is only going to happen in a theory way, we are not going to do a practical, because now in this sheet there are more than 30 numbers, right? So we are not able, means I'm not able to understand means which are going to be happen in a practical way and which is going to happen in a theoretical way, because
Okay,
more or
what I will
less.
do, yeah, I understand. So I will put that and I will share the sheet to Naveen. Naveen will share with you just to save the
All right,
time.
thank you.
Definitely, that makes sense. So it's easy to imagine, okay, these are the theory and these are the practicals.
Correct.
We'll do that, sure.
Yeah. So Kishore, I have a question. Like as you said that advanced ATP is totally a different topic, right? Altogether. So
Mm-hmm.
do we have major changes if I talk about regular ATP and AATP? Just want to understand, like from a like high level point of view.
It's not very big, so there are changes between, but not very big. Okay, so they are some processes where we can use AATTP, but ATP is still there, and advanced you can use it. It's again optional, and they have more given focus on the FIORI and how the FIORI apps can be used, and that's how they have changed, but not a big one. Okay, but if you need more details, you can liaise with Naveen. Maybe he has that course content as well, so list of bullet points he can share with you.
Okay.
uh, but not big. Okay, not big
Mm.
on the ATP.
So this is in the same box, advanced ATP, all these concept and configuration, all these under same S4HANA box.
Both are there inbuilt. So S4 is inbuilt with your FSCM, your APO, your what is that another one, MDM, all everything is in box. Which is the one which not available in box is your cloud applications are not still in the box. And now even WM is AWM, it's again inbuilt in S4. So most of them are inbuilt. Some cloud applications are still outside. Those will be outside
So,
only, but yeah.
so let's say if we continue with that, so are we going to get the system access as well to just play around with the system like?
Definitely, Naveen will share with you, but you check with him because the one I guess you are coordinating with the Naveen, the one who.
Yes.
So yeah, you can check with them. They will arrange you. You can just discuss with them. Maybe Naveen will help you with that. So we have 2020 server, so maybe he can help you. The same
Okay.
server. Yeah.
So one thing is missing in the sheet, the revenue recognition. Are you going to cover that one also?
RAR or something
Revenue
else.
Yeah, I think
revenue recognition.
right.
Basic RAR revenue recognition setup. The one is and as for I don't see any changes as such. RAR is something which is new. So we will touch base, but again it's more of a submodule in the finance we have RAR as a submodule. Okay. So, but if you say revenue recognition topic, the setup in ECC as well, there is no. But the new is they have added is a RAR. Okay, the RAR. We will touch base. Okay, but not in detail. Okay, for in detail, you may need to check with Naveen. Okay, but if you wanted to go more inside, RAR, AATP, so those are separate trainings. He has a separate set of course content for those. Are you pointing to the RAR or RAR or something else?
No, I'm pointing out revenue recognition, not RAR.
Revenue recognition setup, I don't think any changes. Do you have come across any changes in S4?
Yes, there are some changes.
It's pointing to the RAR, or because basic revenue recognition we don't use, we use RAR there as such, but I will check that one then. If there is, definitely I will add it.
Because I'm having one SAP book of SAP S4HANA simplification in that the revenue recognition is there.
Yeah, but it's come under RAR bucket or
I'm not sure
Hi.
exactly.
Yeah, hi. Revenue recognition, standard revenue recognition node is now not there in S4HANA. Like
correct.
the configuration which we used to do normally in
Hmm.
SD, which is changed. So we want to know what all changes are there in revenue recognition and how we like from sales and distribution point of view, what are the basic things that we need to understand in RAR, because RAR has got some different set of transactions, right? So we need to understand the concept of RAR along with the revenue recognition. That's what our query is.
So definitely revenue recognition part we will cover, but RAR part I am not sure to what extent I will be able to help you. From SD point of little bit yes, but not from the entire RAR, because the entire RAR most of that part comes under finance. But SD point of view, it's something that I will try to help on that part, definitely.
Kishore, if revenue recognition is not no more in S4 HANA, so is it means what you mean to say RAR is replacing to revenue recognition? Is it, or means my understanding is incorrect?
RAR is being replaced with revenue recognition in S4. Okay, RAR is used for that purpose. So it's like the one gentleman just said. So S4 we have RAR, which is again a kind of a replacement for your revenue recognition. But if you see the revenue recognition setup as such, okay, so here you will still find sorry, you will still find the basic revenue recognition setup still available as such. Okay. But I can check a look on that one. So if possible, definitely RAR part as much relevant to SD, I will try to add it.
And one more question, which training you are going to provide,
Yes,
that is on premises or on cloud basis, means what will be the model for that training? Or
you won't get a cloud server. You are saying SAP cloud server, right? These are 2020 on-premises servers,
on premises?
not
Okay.
SAP cloud.
Okay. Is there any
Uh,
specific difference between both of them, or means it's just a cloud is something means with the SAP and on premises are box means?
Ours can be on-premises, or it can be we say you maybe go to Azure or AWS. Those will come under, say, we categorize only two types. Okay, whether we own or SAP owns. Okay, so we own or we rent. Okay, but we rent it from others like AWS, Azure. Those can also be rented, but only servers, not the applications. This is, say, on-premises. Simple. On SAP, it's purely we say SAP cloud. Okay, here we don't get GUI access. Okay, here what you get, GUI not available. Okay, GUI not available. So you everything goes through FIORI only. So you have a FIORI link for user level. You have a FIORI link for doing SPRO. Everything is done via FIORI. And here you get a lot of restrictions to do the additional custom developments. It's not so easy to do any custom development. We have to pay for them. For any additional configuration and additional developments, we have to pay to SAP. And also there is a limitation. SAP will not allow you to do anything here. When it comes to on-premises, it's your system. You can do anything. You can implement implicit, explicit enhancement, do configuration, do routines as per your requirement. That's okay. Here there are some restrictions because it's a global system which is used by many clients. So there are limitations. There are limitations on when you move the changes, and but the upgrades. The good thing about SAP Cloud is the upgrades. First, the cloud customer will get all the new changes. Later, the on-premises customer can get those. So the updates and maintenance, everything is taken care by the SAP in SAP Cloud. So SAP Cloud, it's owned by SAP. Not only application and servers, everything they manage it on the cloud.
So on premises we can do the things through GUI as well as through FIORI, correct?
FIORI is only used for the transaction, not for the configuration, usually.
Only for the transaction. Okay.
Usually, but I have seen some customers. They say not I have worked on that, but from like that contacts, I have seen customer who have used FIORI to do the end user activity and do some configuration. But they say it's on premises, but I really doubt. No, it's on premises. It should be on the cloud, not on the on premises. So on premises it's just like regular, but FIORI you can use it for doing all the day-to-day activities. You can even generate FIORI links, and you can access, means in on-premises system access is available in both ways, but it SAP Cloud system access is available through the FIORI links only, not on through the GUI. That's the difference. This is a high level difference. On top of that, then again, many changes related to upgradation, latest things available, changes done, how the charges has to be, what are the charges, etc., etc. So at a high level, if you see, if your customer is very small, where he is very happy with all the standard setup which SAP is providing, and they don't expect many changes. Minor changes are here and there are okay. Out of say 12 processes, 10 processes they are happy with SAP, and 2 processes they wanted to customize it. Then for such customers it's good to have go on SAP cloud instead of on premises. It is affordable. But if customer is little big, medium size, and he wanted a lot of customizations, and he's not okay with many of the standard processes, and he wanted to do many changes in that, then in that case on premises is better. We don't go for on cloud. For that case we don't go for SAP cloud. Okay, so that's a difference. So don't get confused. Many people get confused on cloud. On cloud, SAP cloud, just try to remember only two things: on premises and SAP cloud. On premises, you own application, you own servers. You on premises can again we can classify, we own application, and servers are given by like AWS or Azure possible. So those will still, you are little bit partial owner and you are renting partially, but still you are managing your application. SAP Cloud, entire application is managed by the SAP. Okay, so that's the major difference.
Okay. Mhm. So are you also covering the any project after the training? We will work on any project, dummy project or something?
Yeah, from beginning only, I actually request everyone, since here everyone is already know the SD, so start doing configuration, start doing one project from your end, like building it from the scratch. So take one project and start doing as an implementation from beginning, so that parallelly will come to know. Because I'm will not be covering the enterprise structures everything, because that's the basic things which is same in ECC and S4. So as a homework, I basically start giving to implement one project only. So you take any example which you are familiar with and start doing configuration from scratch. Don't do only delta parts which we cover. So if you do it from scratch from beginning, then you will be able to run all the scenarios, and even you will come to know if it is possible that there may be some changes which may have missed up, which may, if we may have missed, then we can also highlight to everyone. So that is what I recommend to everyone when we start the delta sessions. Okay, if it is a scratch batch, means the batch where people are new to SD, there we go from fresh project, where we go from basics, that is explaining the enterprise structure, then configuring the enterprise structure, etc., etc. But here we don't do that, but we give it as a homework at the beginning only, not at the end.
So is there a means you're also covering the implementation as well as the delta part, means where suppose the migration is going to be happen from ESP4 or 7 to S4HANA. So that conversion part you will also cover, correct?
Whatever SD related activities which has to be done for the conversion, we will touch base that one. What are the steps in the conversions, we will explain you, we will go through that. So there are two kind of scenarios we will be covering: implementation and migration. In implementation means we'll explain. I'm not going to do end-to-end implementation here as such, like uh, creating sales organization or plant. That part I won't be covering because there is no change in that case. But fresh implementation, what is the configurations you have to do, that part for each topic we will be covering it, because those we have to still, I have to implement it. That's still I have to implement it. So answering to your question, implementation, migration, both will be covered, but not the creation of sales organization or sales area. That part will not be covered,
What
unless
will be
like
the tenure
because
for this?
yeah, and unless you people wanted to have it, okay, let's create one sales area, because it doesn't take much time to create sales organization, sales area. We can do that. It's again depends on you people, because that part is you people already know it. So if everyone agrees, we can do that. No problem. But sometimes what happens, students says, okay, this part is already know, why you are again teaching us. So it's all depends on yours. Tenure. It depends on hour. At a high level, it may go for 25 hours or more.
25 hours, which includes practicing for the session based.
25 hours from my side minimum. Yeah, it's required. So it includes say theory, practical, all the topics.
Okay. And is there any support after training completion which you are going to give us?
Yeah, if you
For
have
the
any
if we
queries,
are
definitely.
okay, okay, fine.
Yes.
I have one question. You said that in FIORI application, we have around 300 applications for sales.
More than that, yeah.
It's exactly like 983 applications. If we go to SAP library and we try to type sales, then we get around 983 applications, which are keep on adding day by day, as and when like SAP is doing application. So as on date,
Correct.
it is 983.
Sorry, as on date?
It is 983 to be precise.
90, no, that was which
Like
not 980.
if you simply type sales in go to SAP library and you type sales, so all the application relevant to sales. Yeah, go to top one, Fiori applications library. So it is saying 983 applications. Not this one.
It may be covering other part.
Anyhow, will you be able to, while covering a Fiori, will you tell us how to create a tile and see, there are standard application, but in case if we want to do some modification in the existing applications, so will it be done by Fiori consultant or can be done it by the functional consultant also?
Okay. See, here for sales, it's we have
Right.
524. Okay.
Like
And
otherwise, if you type
so
sales, na everything search by line of business, may you type sales, so you'll see everything which is related with sales comes to be 983. No, not 983. Just
maybe it is picking all
yeah,
the app where there is a sales name, it is
yeah,
coming. Okay.
yeah.
So
Yes,
basically, in line of business for sales, we have 524. You can see it.
524.
Okay.
Yeah.
Answering to your question, I will be covering the Fury group creation, catalog creation, tile creation. But if any changes required in your existing standard Fury app, or in case you have built some custom Fury apps, and is there any changes required, then you really need to get a Fury consultant help. Okay, because there are changes which has to be done at the front end. There are changes which need to be done at the back end possible. So you needed a Vapor, you needed a Fury UIFI consultant, then only it's possible. If
Okay.
it
So
has
like
to be
you will tell us how
done
to
at the
like
coding.
basically navigate and how to use and how to find out the applications and what are the relevance of those applications. Like major KPIs you will cover in this.
We will be covering those, plus we will be covering how to create tile group and how to create new app for your Z transactions.
Okay. Thank you.
Navigation and searching. Here you will get everything. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So basically, when you say that right now, we need to take one example for any organization to do the practice, right? So basically, when we consider any example of organization, and then will it be considered under the best practices to go through or run through this SAP given predefined templates, right, in the best practices? So will it be covering into that, or how could be? Let's say, for example, I consider the automotive industry, and then if you're covering the best practices, so SAP itself, given the predefined templates, that will covers almost 50 to 60% of your configuration details, right? So can we consider that? How could be?
Uh, okay. Okay. Answering to your question, see, you can do implementation, but running SAP best practices, there are many SAP best practices templates available. Okay. We cannot go each template by template. Okay. It's very time consuming activity. If we go template by template and doing the replicating the same, then it takes a lot of months to cover all the templates. But if you have any specific scenario which you want to execute, then we refer that template and run. For example, I'll tell you, there are some scenarios which you are not aware of it, then you refer the template, and the scenarios which are really aware of it, there is no need for you to refer, you can easily run it. So if you have time, you can refer all the templates and do the practice. If you get any issues, any errors, definitely you can reach us out. We will help you to resolve those errors. But if you say, okay, in trainings, go through all the templates, it's not possible. It's a very time consuming activity to go through all the templates. First thing. Second thing, you need to have the system as per their templates, the values which they are there in the templates. Similar kind of system you need to design it. Okay, it's a more of IDAS, but again in IDAS we need to check exactly what kind of versions they have, not the one which we so they have specific systems to run those templates as well. So there you need to get those as well. Our system is also IDAS, but this one the values will be there, but not exactly the one which will be there in the template, because in template they will provide the data as well, like what is the material you have to use, what is the document type you have to use, what item category will come, what schedule line category will come, extra, all those will be there in that template. So anything which you what I do usually, anything which we don't know, we use the template and we go through it and understand it. Okay, so that's best. But any scenarios which you are already know, then don't spend time on the templates unless
Yeah, that's what I
required.
mean. See, it is not possible to cover entire templates or scenarios what we have there in the best practices. But what my recommendation is, like, if you have anything, let's say, for example, if I come with the typical manufacturing industry, so SAP already given the predefined template for that, right? For manufacturing industry or automotive industry. So we can use any one of that and then try to do that, right?
Now see, when installation is done, those are the country specific installations. Okay, earlier I don't know where you have seen the rapid RDS solutions in the ECC. There was a RDS solution, rapid deployment solution. Those were industry specific solutions. Okay, here when the installations are done, those are country specific. In that, all those scope. Okay, we call it as a scope. So country specific, different scopes out there. You activate the different scopes. Scopes are nothing but the cases, the scenarios. So you don't have any industry specific kind of things in S4 like that, the way we were having in the ECC. So here country specific templates are activated in the system, and that what are the scope you want to use. Scope in the sense, what are the business scenarios. So you can choose and you can activate it. Now you take a typical industries, there may be some scenario. So only those you can go and check the template and run that scenario. That's what I can say. But if anyone has worked with RDS, so that RDS is no longer useful in S4. Okay, instead of that, they have SAP Activate. In Activate, what is the change? A country specific template. In that, there are scopes. Scopes are nothing but the scenarios. So they are giving all the scenarios. You decide which one you want to activate. Like that. Earlier, what happens? Okay, you were having industry specific solutions and deployment options available, but now they, instead of that, they change it a little bit.
Okay.
I just want to add one more thing, in your course content, can you add, like, let's say, for example, if we go for a new implementation and if we go for a migration of existing ECC to S4HANA. So all those prerequisites, activities that are to be done, wherein the functional consultant need to be proactive, and there are, because like while converting a system, although it is a auto-driven thing, but anyhow, like we need to understand what system is asking, what are the common errors which we can face and which we have to work upon before migrating. So it will be a great help for all of us if you can cover all those things as well.
Yeah, scenario wise, we'll be covering it definitely. Like what are the prerequisites you have to do, what are the activity you have to do. Some cases there are post migration activities as well. So we will be writing down as well. Okay, when we do our topics on that point. So I have already written the migration topic, but those will be more when we do it, we will again prepare the list. Okay, these are the points which we have to, these are where you have to take care, so that it will be helpful. So in the Excel sheet, I have already added the migration topic to be specific. So definitely that will get covered.
Kishore, are we covering the migration activities for the C4 as well? I mean, SAP S4 to integrating with the new latest technology as part of the digital transformation, like a C4, BRIM, hybrid, something like that.
No, sorry, that is not covered.
At least overview.
I'll try because I'm not much aware of that part, like how our role will be there of integration. Okay, to what extent? But I'll try to check. Else, I will ask Navin to arrange someone from the C4 or the integration perspective. He can give an overview
Well, because
because that
the
will be
reason why,
more
right?
helpful.
So S4 is, yeah, S4 is C4 is C4 and S4 are mutually connecting each other. So we need to understand the sales activities related to BAPIs or RFCs, how those are going to integrating, right?
Yeah, if we have any, you can check with Navin. If he can give an overview on the C4, I will also inform him. So it will be helpful. Okay, if any C4 guy can give a high level overview. Integration is there. Yeah, so not only C4, you have many integration with many cloud applications. So you take Hybris, you take C4, everywhere you have integration from the SD perspective.
And what would be the major role for this MDG for the S4? Master
MDG,
data.
you are talking master data governance
Yeah.
role in the sense? What exactly I'm trying to say?
For the ECC migration, migrating to S4.
Mhm.
So, any implications are there, like any changes on the MDG side?
There may be changes. Okay, I am not sure much aware of the MDG. Okay, maybe you can check with Navin. He has a consultant, MDG consultant. He may help you if you want to know what are those points. But from my knowledge, there may be, but I am not aware because I never worked on the MDG.
Okay. And external extended warehouse management is also inbuilt in part of S4, or it's
Correct.
inbuilt in. Okay.
It's there. They have given multiple options there. It's inbuilt in the S4. Again, you can have it in the SCM or you can have a third party. So all three options they have provided. It's but earlier it was not inbuilt, but now it's inbuilt.
In 2020.
Older version also they have inbuilt. So earlier in
Okay.
ECC, the EWM, you were using SCM systems to connect the ECC and SCM for WM transactions. Now you can have an inbuilt. If you want to use SCM, you can use SCM and S4, no problem. But if you want to just use S4, you can use S4 for that purpose.
Okay. Is Navin on the call?
Navin, you there? Maybe, I think he's on mute. If you want, you can take him offline. That's better.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
So
Any other questions?
no.
Are you covering condition contract, settlement part, condition contract management, which is different in
Yes.
S4HANA?
Yes. We will be covering that.
Okay. And the upload like normally earlier we used to have LSMW, which is not available in S4HANA. Now new things are there, so you will be covering those as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then if no more questions, then we'll stop. If you have, you can just liaise with Navin, and if you still need any help, this sheet I will prepare, I will update and I will send it to Navin. He will share it with you people. Okay, I will classify them. What are the practicals and what are the theory topics, and any other points anything you have any queries, you can just liaise with Navin and let.
Yeah,
Can
one
we
more
cover
request.
one other,
Yes.
Kishore, can we cover one other session on the any one of the topic which we would like to, before proceeding with training session? We just want to see how the session would be on the technical side.
You can check with Naveen on that.
No. Okay.
Yeah, sure. He will try to arrange based on everyone's availability. You can check with
And
him
one
first.
request, please include RAR as well in this, because we really need to understand RAR. Going forward, RAR is the only thing in S4HANA, because all the customers are moving, and like be a consultant, being a sales consultant, we should know how RAR and what are the concepts and what are the errors which are customers facing normally in RAR.
Okay.
Yeah, please, that is a request, because RAR is very important part.
RAR is there, okay, but not okay. Much from our side it will come, okay, but definitely we'll try to add as much as we can. Sure.
Yeah, Kishore, do one thing, add all these in your Excel, okay, for RAR, C4C, means which you are going to cover. Because C4C you are saying means Naveen will tell us, okay. So you put all the things in your Excel sheet, okay. Then Naveen can share that sheet with us. Means whether RAR is covering, you are covering C4C high level overview, you are covering with the SAP S4HANA integration, right? So it will be helpful for us.
Definitely. What I will do, I will inform you, also inform. And there are 2 points which are C4C introduction and integration, and RAR, which are really you needed it. Okay. Any other points? I think rest all others are covered. There are only 2 points to highlight. Okay.
I think the impact of MDG,
Sorry.
the MDG part that we just discussed.
Okay. MDG changes also you needed. Any others?
Kishore, can you also cover advanced ATP, at least the plant substitution and the new functionalities introduced under advanced ATP, at least an overview if you're not covering in detail?
Yeah, I will add that as well. Okay, I have added AATP as well. So, any other point anyone feels? Okay, there is a background noise. Okay. Um, okay, any point?
Okay, sir, I will check with Naveen, and so we would like to have one session on the pricing tomorrow 9 to 10. And if he's okay, and will you be fine?
9 to 10 is morning or evening, you are saying?
Morning, IST.
Right. Okay, you inform Naveen. I will check, and it's 9 to 10. Give me 1 second.
Or you can suggest us what will be your availability.
Okay, 9 to 10. We can have one topic. We can start with BP, or you want to start the pricing only. It's up to you people. Any topic you can. So either we can start with BP or we can go with the pricing.
I will send a message to Navin.
You
So
and
which one do
Naveen,
that?
and these points also I will tell him. So either I
Yeah,
will be covering, or someone who has expertise in this area, they can help you. Okay, best way,
yeah. We
because
would like to have
that will be
not a
best.
more in detailed sessions like what is there, but overview. Just give us as a S4 consultant. So as we are having the 10 plus years, so it would be good to have the idea on the
Uh,
external applications, which is uh,
See,
right.
yeah, the reason, yeah, I agree. See, the reason is like Naveen may have the expertise people in this, so even they can provide a good intro and overview. Okay, so we try to do
Sure.
that first, so that it will be helpful for everyone, so they will get a good uh, concepts will get very clear if someone expert in this area can address. So Naveen may have those people also. So I will check with him. Okay, definitely. We try to do that first so that it's very nice for everyone.
Yeah. Thanks,
If
Kishore.
we don't get, then we do. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Thanks, Kushal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.